Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for this special occasion during this special month, the month of May, which is the mental health or the awareness of mental health month. Your host is Jacob Hauser, a member of RACE. RACE is Raising Awareness of Coaching in Education. And during this month, we are going to focus on raising the awareness on mental health. With us today, a guest star, a super guest star. I'll let her introduce herself in a minute. She is actually the reason. She is the person who started this great initiative, and for that we are forever grateful. We're happy to have her on board. She is our project manager. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. Actually, I'll give her the mic to introduce herself. And do please feel free to join us with your comments and questions during this 15 or so minutes. Sally, welcome to Wellness Wednesdays.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for your kind words and support, Jacob. Well, first I'd like to say hello to everyone and welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. I'm thrilled to be here with you today and with everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. Whether they're tuning in from their office or like in their home after their long day of work, I'm so grateful that they chose to like be a part of this with us, this initiative. So about me, well, I'm from the Emirates, as may some of the listeners may know, and I took the advantage of studying abroad. I'm studying in Spain, and I have gained like valuable insights since studying abroad. Since like people start to realize more of what surround them when they go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's been happening with me, and it's like giving me this like unique, or like you could say like different experience, different perspective on like what are passions, what is an impact, and etc.
Right.
Yeah, and as Jacob said, I'm currently like putting my skills and passions to work as a project manager here at Race, and I'm hopefully striving to drive impactful change. And this is one of the many, hopefully, inshallah, that we're gonna do.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, you've already the impact and change. You've already done that, so that is so great of you. Um, so Sally, um, mental health awareness. Um, what was the drive? I mean, you know, this is mental health is not new for me, but for someone, to be honest, your age to come up with this project and I have to say you have got uh, many other events coming this month. So for someone your age to come up with this initiative and really push it forward and push the whole team behind race to make it come to life. So what was the drive behind it?
That's a good question. Okay, well, I think what led me to this
Hmm.
is my like because also like I'm really into this topic of mental health. Like, okay, many people might find it hard to even just like mention mental health.
Right.
Like to me, as I said, since I've now been abroad for a while, you become to realize stuff. So I noticed that mental health does affect us all, whether we're struggling ourselves or someone else is struggling, and we need to be there to support them and show them that we care about them. So
Sure.
why not have those like open conversations and like be honest? Like this is what this like to me. open conversations about that or about how someone could feel, it just means you're being human because it happens to all of us. We all
True.
experience mental health challenges, and we need to find the support that we need. Like we need that to thrive, basically. So that's what led me to this because like we need to have this like it has many like there are many dimensions of mental health, and like we need to see like from within like what happens, and like we need a community, we need to have a connection, we need compassion. So it's time to start talking about mental health, honestly.
True. And among your generation, so between you and me, we've got a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So if I have to be honest, our generation, the, to talk and open up
Mhm.
about mental health might be a little bit challenging and hard. How do you see that among your generation?
Well, okay. What I'm saying is there's still like stigma. Still, people find it hard to open up. Even in
Right,
my generation, people do find it hard, but now it's becoming more of like people are talking about it more, and people are more comfortable. Like it depends on the people they're with, of course, and who they're talking to, but they're more comfortable in a way, like in a sense that okay, people are talking about it. But for example, let's say someone would go up to like someone like from your generation, you tell them something
right,
about mental health, and they would just in a way like disregard and like not pay attention that much attention to it because to them it may not be an issue. They don't see it as an issue because it hasn't been an issue for them in their generation. But
right,
right now, in our generation, it's becoming a thing. You could say like year after year, people are saying more of okay, they're not feeling well emotionally or psychologically, physically, like in their well-being in general.
right. And I've heard a couple of times now. I've known you now for quite a few weeks, and I've heard you mentioning quite a few times the stigma.
Yep.
What is it exactly?
Well, the stigma is basically people like the second someone would say something about mental health, they just try to stay away from it. It's like no, it's like some people see it even as a taboo in a way because
Right,
you shouldn't be talking about your mental health. Like it's like it's not a thing, it's not a part of us, but like in reality, like from what I'm seeing at least, it
right.
is it is a thing, and like it's not only our minds but it's also our bodies. So it's like how they say the mind and the body they should be balanced, like they work together.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I can absolutely support that.
Yeah.
From the part of neuroscience, and I've done a little bit of studying there as well. And yes, when it comes to the brain and the mental health,
Hmm.
unless we really take care of it,
Yep.
you know, the physical health
Yep.
can be managed, but if the mental health is not well maintained, and then the physical health
Well, yeah.
might just collapse.
Yes, exactly.
And
And
then
also,
there is, yeah,
when we talk about like mental health, it's more of like it's not only about uh like like having like having problems, mental health problems, but it's also about having a positive one. Like it's to be able to like bounce back and like
okay,
experience. Like it could be as simple as like feeling stressed.
right,
So feeling stressed could drown like make us feel like heaviness on our shoulders.
right,
So and that would affect us physically.
true, true. Yeah, so mental health shouldn't be associated with that negative
Mm-hmm.
picture.
Yep.
It could be associated with just feeling positive,
Yes.
feeling happy, and that is mental health.
Yep.
All right. So, and you are currently studying at university, yeah?
Yes.
Um, and hopefully, building your professional career in the future. What does it mean to you that to take care of your mental health, to get, all your dreams come true, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, that's a good question too, Jacob.
That's good.
And it's a good question because it's at times of finals and projects, and
Yeah,
like we said before, like that's when people need to like take care of their well-being the most, is when they're at those times. So
right.
okay, so at uni, like how do I do that? Well, I like, okay, so I noticed that if I don't stop and like just take time for myself, then in all the work that I'm gonna put in, it wouldn't feel like I'm putting all my effort, even though I am putting my full effort.
Yeah,
So I need to take this time off for a bit. Like, even if, for example, I don't like I have this schedule to do today, but I really feel like I'm not like feeling doing it today. Okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And I know this thing that okay, we need to put our feelings like and like how we're feeling in like, for example, right now, if I'm
hmm,
feeling level of, let's say, 3, like I'm very tired, I'm mad, like I'm not in the mood, then
right.
I wouldn't be in, let's say, um the right position to be able to have this podcast right now. Like
Okay.
we need to understand. I'm not feeling a 3, by the way. But no, like it's like to understand, like, okay, I'm not feeling that well, it means I'm not gonna put my all. Like a meeting, like
Yeah,
a very important meeting, like I can't have a good meeting if I'm not feeling well.
true.
So I need to like this take this time off for me, in order when I get to that meeting I am feeling good, and like I thrive. So
Yeah, that's absolutely an important point you've just said, which is addressing our feelings and even, you know, ranking them, like where exactly I am. Let's say from 1 to 5. One is the lowest point, and 5 is the highest. Let's say the most positive or the happiest. So that's a really important strategy. So we are reaching the end, um, and before the very end, right? Um, what message would you send to? Let's start with your generation regarding mental health.
okay, so I'm gonna talk this to my generation.
Yes.
my, my generation, I feel like since they're more open about it, I would like
Okay.
to say, okay, let's all just remember to like support each other and work together. Like sometimes we don't know if someone's having this like just a tough day, like or like a bad day, because sometimes I associate people when they do like, they make they show you like a negative or a bad impression. You assume that of them, but in reality, they might be just having a bad day. Like come again tomorrow, tell them the same thing, they're gonna give you a different response. So we need to remember to, like, to work together to be more like to embrace a more positive and like inclusive approach to well-being. And
Right.
I hope everyone do that. Like, even if it's just like, being there, at least like being honest about how are you.
Yeah.
Those, yeah,
Yeah. I'm really. I don't want to finish this talk, but as we've promised that we're not going to take a lot of time, and but I think we'll promise the listeners that Sally will be with us again, won't you, Sally?
yes, I will.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll have you again. You said you have a question, I think, at the end of the
Yes.
episode today. So
So,
okay.
are you ready?
Well, we'll find out.
Okay. So, Jacob,
Yes.
since we're doing Wellness Wednesdays,
Mhm.
I would like to ask you a question. What
Right.
is your sweet and sour of the Wednesday?
Right. So sweet and sour. Shall we tell the audience
Sweet.
what do we
Yes.
mean by sweet and sour? Yeah.
So, sweet is basically the ups and the goods of today, of your
Right.
Wednesday, and the sour is basically the negative aspects, the bad parts, those type of negative
Right.
feelings. So, sweet and sour.
Okay. Okay. I'll start with the sweet. I think the sweet of Wednesday, this Wednesday, that I woke up today, and you know, I'm with my wife. We both are, healthy and happy, and we just started the day together. So I think, even though it's not just Wednesday, if my wife is listening, so but yeah, that is definitely the sweet of Wednesday. The sour, you might laugh at this, but we went out and then so we were somewhere, let's say somewhere in the world, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we decided to stop somewhere and get some juice.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we went into this restaurant. We ordered some juice and fruit salad. Um, After we ordered, we were waiting for 30 minutes. Nothing came. So, I approached the gentleman there and I started asking them, 30 minutes, what is going on? And then I didn't get I didn't get a good response. So as you can imagine, I started feeling a little bit sour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually, so they started working on the order. So it wasn't ready at the time. They hadn't started, so they started it only when I asked them. So 30 minutes passed. Now the time is more than 30 minutes. Um, they gave me the juice. Um, the fruit salad wasn't ready, and then eventually I had to leave. Actually, we had to leave because you know, um, we left the fruit salad behind, and then even the juice. We tried the juice. It wasn't. It was mostly water,
Nice.
so we couldn't. Just a couple of sips, and
Yeah.
that was it. So I think that was the sour. We we're over it now. We're okay. Don't worry. So.
Yeah. And did you get something to eat afterwards? Because like that is a
Yeah,
sour situation.
yeah. So we're okay now. We're okay. But, yeah, that was the sour of today.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
understand the sour of it. Like, yeah.
right. Well, shall we finish with what's the sweet and sour of for Sally's Wednesday?
Yeah. But first, I'd like to say hi to your wife, since she was mentioned. Hello, Jacob's wife.
Thank you very much.
And my sweet and sour. Okay, my sweet, I would say it's my best friend actually today presented her like senior final project.
Okay.
So that was like my sweet of the day because like when people work so hard and like at the end it just shows all the effort like and the way they present it and everything. So that's my sweet. Although I
Your
didn't get to witness it, but I was able to see a couple of pictures, see the presentations, the preparations.
did you say your friend?
Yeah, my best friend
Okay. Oh, your best friend. Okay. Okay.
from
Well.
yeah, and the sour is I had two presentations today at uni. No, I like presenting. Like I love being out there and showing my work. But
Right.
my class sometimes can be very competitive, like because of especially towards those people who are doing one. so like to me this today I just want it to be like, oh, we're all together, like please don't like bring others down, like
Yeah. Yeah.
regarding their work. But like it's a regular thing, but like it's just today because I really didn't want it to happen, since it's like one of the last presentations, we're finishing the year. But
Right.
yeah, that happened.
I could only imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Sally. So I think we've reached the end of our Wellness Wednesday first episode with you, our guest star, who's will be with us again. And I'd love to say thank you for all our listeners all around the world. And I do wish you a well Wednesday and a well week, month, and year and life, actually. One final word, Sally.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to all of our listeners. And I hope that they're excited for what we've got for this month.
Thank you very much. All right, and bye bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.